Step-by-step exam solution. Okay, math class, training you to excel. Subscribe. Give a thumbs up. Share with friends. Click the notification button so that you receive the next presentation. Step-by-step exam solution. Okay, math class, present stepped exam sources. Step 1, plan. Step 2, pray. Step 3, prepare. Step 4, preview. Step 5, perform. Okay, math class, step-by-step exam solution to inequality graphs. In this series of presentation, we will be looking at graphs. We have gone through number 1, graphs of linear functions, graph of quadratic functions, graph of trigonometric functions, and now we are in graph of inequalities. And our objective still remains 1, obtain or complete a given table of values. 2, choose a reasonable uniform scale. 3, correctly plot the coordinate points. 4, answer questions based on the graphs correctly. Inequality graph 1. Show on a graph the area which gives the solution set of the inequalities. Y minus 2x is less than 4. 2. 3y plus x is greater or equal to 6. 3. Y is greater or equal to 7 minus 9. Let's solve this question together now. I want you to take note of this. For linear functions, we need only 3 points to be able to graph it, to draw the line. Only 3 points are required. And remember, the first inequality we want to graph is y minus 2x is less than or equal to 4. And we're going to prepare a table for y is equal to 2x plus 4. So now we're going to do that. So y is equal to 2x plus 4. Now we have choose our points. You are free to choose any 3 points of your choice. These 3 points are my choice, and there's no reason for that. So now, if x is equal to minus 3, we replace this. X is equal to minus 3, we replace this with minus 3, and then we simplify. Y is equal to minus 6 plus 4. Then final simplification, y is equal to minus 2. Then when x is equal to 0, we replace this with 0. Then y will give me 0 plus 4. Finally, y will give me plus 4. Now, when x is equal to 2, we are going to repeat the same process here. And then we simplify. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 4. And we know 4 plus 4 will give us 8. So the answer here will be 8. So we have completed the first table. Then we're now going to get the next table for this. Now that is y, 3y plus x is greater or equal to 6. And then we also choose points, looking at what we want to get. But before then, we want to make y the subject, so that we can be able to get this table. Not that we cannot get the table without making y the subject, but for teaching sake, it's better. So now, we are going to make y the subject. So the function 3y plus x is equal to 6. So we are going to take x to the right-hand side. 3y is equal to 6 minus x. Then we are going to divide through by 3. Dividing this by 3 will give us y. Dividing 6 by 3 will give us 2. Dividing minus x by 3 will give us minus x over 3. So this is the function we are going to use to complete this table. So now we are going to do that now. So when x is minus 3, we are going to replace this with minus 3. And then we are going to simplify. 2 plus 3 divided by 3 is 1. So y is equal to 3 plus 2 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So now that's 3. We are going to do the same thing for when x is equal to 0. If s is equal to 0, we replace that with 0. And then y will give me 2 plus 0. And 2 plus 0 will be 2. And then we are going to repeat the same process for when x is equal to 3. If x is equal to 3, then we are going to replace this with 3. Then y will give me 2 minus 3 divided by 3 is 1. So y will give me 2 minus 1 is 1. So we have 1. So we have completed the table of value for the second inequality. Or this. Then we are going to do the same thing for the third one. Y is greater than 7s minus 9. We are going to complete the table again. Choosing the values is your choice and your scale too. So we are now going to make y the subject. Y is equal to 7s minus 9. When x is equal to 0, replace this with 0. We are going to have y will be 0 minus 9. So y is equal to minus 9. Then when x is equal to 1, replace this with 1. Then y will give me 7 minus 9. Then y will give me minus 2. So if we repeat the same process, we don't need to repeat everything. If you repeat the same process, when s is equal to 2, y will give us 5. Now, we have done this now. We are going to move to the graph page so that we'll be able to start the plotting of the graph. Once again, our scale. But this time around, y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit. And on the s-axis, 2 centimeters is equal to 2 units. We are going to use that to draw our axis. So now, that starts from 0 to 8, and then 0 to minus 9 at this side, then to 5 and to minus 5 on the left side. Now, each 1 centimeter is equal to 2. So now we're now going to import the table for the first inequality, but remember we're graphing the equality line. So now, when x is equal to minus 3, y is minus 2. X is minus 3 here. Y is minus 2 at this point. So we have the point there. When x is equal to 0, y is 4. X is 0 here. Along the y-axis, x is 0. Then y is 4 along that point too. When x is equal to 2, y is 8. S is equal to 2 here. And y will give us 8 at this point. So now we have the points plotted. We are going to join these points with a straight line. The blue line represents that function y minus 2x is equal to 4. It is a very solid, it's a solid line because it is greater or equal to. If it's greater only, it should be broken. And if it's less only, it should be broken. But if it's greater or equal to, or less than or equal to, it should be a solid line. Now, as you can see, this is a solid line, meaning it's greater or equal to 4. Then we're now going to test for the accepted region and the region we're going to reject. Now, to do that, any point above or below the line can be used to test the region which satisfies the inequality. But for simplicity, it is better to use the point at the origin at this point, because at the origin we have x is 0 and y is 0, and that makes it very easy for us to find the region that is rejected or accepted. So now that's the point we are talking about, the point at that origin, which is 0, 0. So now for that point now, we are now going to test y is 0 and x is 0. X is 0. So we replace y and x with 0. Then we simplify. 0 minus 0 is less than or equal to 4. Now we can agree with me that 0 is less than 4. So that means the region where we have the origin is accepted region. And this side above the line is the rejected region. We are going to shade the rejected region. So now this is the rejected region, while this side is accepted region. I'm shading the rejected region. Remember, it's your choice to shade the rejected region or the accepted region, but I decided to shade the rejected region. So now we're now going to go to the next line, and that is for the second inequality. So now when x is minus 3, y is 3. That's the point here. And when x is 0, y is 2. X is 0 and y is 2 here. And when x is 3, y is 1. X is 3 here and y is 1 at this point. So now we have the 3 points needed to draw a line. Then we're going to join these 3 points with a line. The green line also is a solid line, meaning it is greater or equal to or less than or equal to based on what is given. So now we're now going to test also this point, the origin, which is below the line. So now for the origin we are going to test 0, 0. So we're now going to check that in the equation. So now there's the equation. So we're going to have 0 and then 0 greater or equal to 6, and then that will give me 0 is equal to, that will give me 0 is greater or equal to 6. Now 0 is greater or equal to 6 is not true. So this side is rejected. Above the line is accepted region. But remember, by my own decision, I'm shading the rejected region. So I'm now going to now clear that and then shade the rejected region. So this above the line is accepted. While for the blue line to the right is accepted. So now we're going to now complete the third graph, and that is for this. So when x is 0, y is minus 9. That's the point here. That's the point here. As you can see, it's plotted already. Now when x is 1, y is minus 2. X is 1 here, minus 2 at this point. And when x is 2, y is 5. X is 2 here, and y is 5 at this point. Now we're going to join these points with a straight line. The red line gives us the line y is equal to 7x minus 9. Again, it's solid because it is greater or equal to. So now we're now going to test also the point 0, 0. We're going to test it on the line. So now replace y with 0, replace x with 0. Then we're going to see have 0 is greater or equal to minus 9. Is 0 greater or equal to minus 9? Of course, the answer is no. So since 0 is not greater, so now this side is the rejected region. The rejected region. This is accepted region, and this is the rejected region, because 0 is greater than minus 9. 0 is greater than minus 9. 0 is greater than minus 9. So therefore, this side is accepted region and this side is the rejected region. So we are now going to shade the rejected region. So now that's the rejected region. Why this has? So now you see that this side that's not shaded, this region that's not shaded, represent the solution set for these 3 inequalities. For this is accepted, for this side is this is accepted region, for this also this is accepted region. So now I'm not going to shade that, and then I now remove the other side. So now this is the accepted region for the solution set. That brings us to the end of the presentation. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe.